Last time, we began a scenario where Cell actually lived, barely surviving Gohan's attack, then coming to a realization of his true purpose in this universe. He's returned to Earth for another fight, now with a different motive. We left off the last part with Cell facing off against Gohan for the first time in years. But how will this fight turn out, and what's going to happen next? We'll be exploring all that and more in this part 2 of What If Cell Survived. Gohan and Cell are both ready. There's a massive shockwave as the two launch in towards each other. The speed of it is incredible. Piccolo and Vegeta can't believe it. They've seen Gohan's power, but they haven't really seen him in a serious fight. And as for Cell, they don't know how truly strong he is. Maybe he's around the same strength as before. Maybe he's grown a lot stronger. Maybe it's only a little bit stronger. They won't actually know for sure, at least not just yet. The two clash and immediately exchange blows. And it almost seems like they're even at first. Cell's actually impressed. Gohan's actually grown a lot stronger than before, but he can tell he's not fully serious at the moment. And Gohan says the same exact thing goes for Cell. He knows he's grown stronger, and he knows this isn't his full power. But he tells Cell not to mess around. It makes it look like he's scheming something, so unless Cell wants Gohan to be suspicious, he should really start trying. The two power up again mid-fight, turning into two incredibly fast blurs. Vegeta turns to Piccolo. He can immediately tell Gohan's still not at his full power, even though he just powered up a little bit more. And Piccolo knows too. He's not sure why. He just wants Gohan to eliminate Cell. He shouldn't hold anything back. But Vegeta says it's not a concern. If this truly is Cell's full power, he has no hope of winning here anyways, and he thinks this is Cell's limit. From what they could see, Cell is actually far beyond their power at the moment, but he's not beyond Gohan's power. And it's not like Cell has really learned too many new techniques either. Really, he just has instant transmission, which he's a lot more efficient with. But besides that, he's developed his fighting style, but not really by much either. There's no new techniques, he's basically just stronger. And Gohan tries to use everything at his disposal too. And as the battle continues, Cell could tell he's losing ground. But it seems Gohan is still not deterred at all. And with one final push, Gohan shows off his true strength in Super Saiyan 2. And with a huge burst of power, he's able to finish the fight, launching Cell back down to the ground, and then standing above him with a hand out. Cell lays there on the ground looking up at Gohan, and then chuckles a bit. Looks like he should have tried to train a little bit more seriously. Hopefully he can harness that Frieza side of his DNA. Wondering what kind of potential lies there as a mutant. He points a finger up at Gohan, and it almost looked like a death beam at first. But then all his other fingers stretch out. He's holding his hand out at Gohan, and then Gohan does the same, picking Cell up off the ground. And Cell's honestly quite surprised. The Gohan he fought before would have given in to his anger. He would have been a sloppy fighter, being too arrogant and such. And that old Gohan, if his advantage truly were that massive, he would have killed Cell without a second thought, or at least made him suffer. But this Gohan, he's giving Cell a chance. Cell could see that he's grown a lot, not just in terms of his strength, but how he controls that strength. Vegeta and Piccolo watch on, considering what they should do. They don't think they could try and kill Cell even if they wanted, and they're just observing, seeing what he actually tries to do. Worst case scenario, Cell tries something and Gohan's got the advantage. They know that at least. But Cell actually seems content. He got his fight with Gohan, and he lost fair and square. Cell then simply turns around, about to launch back off into space. He says he'll see them again soon. Next time he'll be even stronger, and give a much better fight. And Gohan's honestly pretty surprised. That was it? Well yeah, it's clear that Cell can't win here. But he'll be back much sooner than he was this time. Although, right before he leaves, he turns around, hatching an idea. He knows he lost here, but he's curious. He wants to see Gohan's real full strength. He wants to know what he's going to be facing next time. It shocks Vegeta and Piccolo a bit at first, but they're not too surprised. Cell saw right through Gohan's ruse and knew that he actually had more strength locked away. But Gohan is a little bit surprised that he noticed. He says he hopes Cell takes no offense to it, but he held it back because it would have made the fight very boring if he just went to his full strength right away. After nearly 7 years of training, he's grown way stronger than Cell can even imagine. But that's fine. He'll show his full strength to Cell. There shouldn't be much harm in it. He firmly plants his feet into the ground, and right when he's about to start charging ki, Cell makes a strange expression. He places his hand on his head and looks confused, and his face contorts from a look of confusion to a look of pain and agony. His other hand comes to his head. He starts screaming, writhing in pain. He powers back up fully, and no one knows what's going on. He just tells him to stand back. What is this? Is this something that he had locked away? This agony, he can't believe it. Gohan looks to Piccolo asking what's going on, but he's just as confused. But Piccolo could sense his energy, the maliciousness within it. That evil side of it is flaring up again. But it's not like what they felt before, not even during the Cell games. It's a much more intense evil, almost as evil as Frieza's ki. And his aura morphs, even turning red for a bit. And Cell collapses to the ground. Gohan's not too sure what to do. Is this some sort of ruse that he's trying? But he kinda doubts that. It seemed too real. Plus, that doesn't explain why his energy completely changed. It's not some normal transformation, it's something else. And then Cell slowly rises up off the ground. He sounds dazed, and asks what this is. He says he's not too sure, but he likes it. And he fully turns around, looking back at Gohan. He's wearing a cocky smirk, but on the black part of his head, there's an M. Vegeta asks Piccolo if he has any clue what this might be, because he's kind of at a loss for words too. And Piccolo says whatever it is, it's not Cell. Something has changed in him, and it doesn't seem intentional. It's not a normal transformation either, it's something completely different. Cell assumes a battle stance once more, and asks Gohan, would you like to try another round of fighting? And Gohan cautiously assumes a battle stance. He tells Cell straight up, he doesn't know what this is. And for that reason, he's going to do everything in his power to actually stop Cell. Because he doesn't think this is actually him either, which makes it even more dangerous. And then something diverts his attention. A little bit farther away, he senses two other powers, now that he's trying to focus. Vegeta and Piccolo notice it too, and Gohan tells them, go try and figure out what this is. Something's not adding up here. He could face Cell, well they can get to the bottom of what's ever going on, because it seems like they're not alone here. Cell might have not been the only one to come to Earth. Are they under attack or something? Gohan asks Cell what this is, and Cell says he's not even sure. All he knows is that it feels great. It's like some side of him woke up that he didn't even know was there. And as Gohan focuses more on Cell's energy, he notices it feels a lot like Frieza and King Cold. Cell's energy was always weird, it felt like an amalgamation of everyone, but now it just feels very insidious. And the Frieza part of it is very noticeable. Cell says he's going to make this fight a bit more interesting though, and he knows Gohan is very familiar with this technique. He held this back before because he wanted it to be a one-on-one, but now he knows Gohan can handle it, as he spawns a couple of Cell Juniors, each sporting the same M symbol on their foreheads. Now he expects Gohan shouldn't hold anything back. Fine. If Cell really wants that, he'll do it. As Gohan gets ready for the fight, Vegeta and Piccolo are flying towards those other energies. And as they're flying, Vegeta sees something small flying towards him. He lifts his arm up to block it, and it hits his glove, and his glove starts turning into stone. He quickly throws it off, not knowing what that is. And then they see more of that flying towards them. The two descend to the ground below. Also seeing Vegeta's glove land nearby, shattering. It looks like it turned into stone or something. There's a large pink man standing there, wearing that same M symbol on his head. Whoever this is definitely is a threat, and is related to what's going on with Cell. They'll pry some info out of him, but first, it looks like they're gonna have to deal with him the old-fashioned way. Vegeta tells Piccolo he'll handle this. He doesn't know what it is, but he sees some dome not too far away, telling Piccolo to go inside of that building. Piccolo could tell it's not any normal building. It's actually a spaceship, and he doesn't realize it, but he'll go and check that out. Vegeta says he should be able to handle this, as he then powers up, showing off Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta asks the man if he has a hand in this. Whatever happened to Cell, it almost seemed like he was being possessed by something. And if that's the case, is he the ringleader, or is he also one of those pawns? Dabura says he's not a pawn, and he tells Vegeta not to underestimate him. Letting his friend go into the ship alone was probably a mistake, but Vegeta begs to differ. Dabura might be underestimating him, if anything. Piccolo prepares to fight against Pui Pui. Vegeta gets ready to face Dabura, and Gohan's battle with Cell finally begins. The ground rumbles beneath Vegeta and Dabura's feet. The entire ship starts shaking too. Pui Pui's distracted, and it gives Piccolo an opportunity to just kill him right away. Not that he would have been a problem in the first place, but Piccolo can immediately tell what this is. He descends further into the ship as he senses Gohan's energy grow stronger and stronger. Cell and the Cell Juniors look on dumbfounded. He knew Gohan had more strength locked away, but not like this. It's this much higher? His power continues to soar as his hair starts to grow out too. Cell tells the Cell Juniors to attack, and they fly in, but Gohan lets out a burst of power, sending them flying back. His transformation completes. He stands there, looking drastically different. The Cell Juniors try to attack again, but then they just all explode. In one swift motion, Gohan killed all of them, and Cell couldn't even see him moving. It looked like he just stood there motionless. Gohan vanishes from sight, instantly appearing even closer in front of Cell. Cell feels a sharp pain to his stomach. The power of it's incredible. He tries fighting back, but none of his attacks can land on Gohan, and with a single kick, he sends Cell flying, with Cell planting his feet into the ground to catch himself. Gohan tells Cell he's sorry to make this quick, but he doesn't know what's going on with Cell now, and that's concerning him. He's not going to make the same mistake he did last time, and with one more attack, he knocks Cell unconscious. And not too far away, Gohan can feel Vegeta's power rising too. He's facing someone as well, but it seems that battle was pretty short-lived, as Vegeta lands the finishing blow on Dabura. Pathetic. He expected more of whoever this guy was. Gohan quickly flies over, landing next to Vegeta, while also holding Cell. And Vegeta's not surprised that Gohan knocked him out, but why'd he bring him over here? It's too dangerous to be near him. But Gohan says it's fine. If he does wake up, Gohan will be able to beat him again. Besides, if they leave him alone, that's more dangerous if anything. They need to keep an eye on him. They go into the ship, descending towards the bottom. And right when they get in there, they see Piccolo fighting the Yakon, killing him pretty quickly as well. Piccolo sticks a hand down, launching a hole down towards the bottom of the ship. They still don't really have too much info, because Cell really knew nothing, Dabura wouldn't really give too much info to Vegeta, and same goes for Pui Pui and Yakon. Mainly because Piccolo killed Pui Pui too quickly. Well, nothing Yakon said was really that intelligent. All they know is that some guy named Babidi here, and Dabura is apparently his servant or something. He seemed incredibly loyal to that guy, and they wonder if that has something to do with what happened with Cell. They make it to the bottom of the ship, and there, they're greeted by Babidi. But Babidi doesn't give anything away. He just needs to stall a little bit for time. He thanks everyone for their help. He's already got what he needs. Well, whoever this guy is, he did try, but whatever plan he has is stopped here. Although Piccolo does wonder, what was his endgame? Before he kills Babidi, he at least wants to know that, why he's here and how he found them. And what happened with Cell? Well, simply put, he possessed Cell, using him to his own gain. What, using him as a weapon to try and kill everyone else? That wasn't going to work too well. Babidi says it wasn't because of that. It wasn't too tough to possess Cell either. He was actually very easy to possess given his latent maliciousness, thanks to the Frieza King Cold part of him. He was kind of hard to control though. He didn't willingly give in to the possession, and it was mainly that dormant Frieza and Cold part of him showing through. Piccolo, Vegeta, and Gohan all find this pretty strange. But why here? What's the motive? And they notice Babidi glancing nervously at something nearby. It's some weird structure that they noticed before, but now they're paying more attention to it. It's some giant ball, and there's a little gauge at the bottom of it. Babidi lifts a finger up, and then telekinetically pulls Cell over towards him, quickly then stabbing Cell, for a brief moment only, and then placing that inside the egg. He only needed a little bit more energy, and thanks them for bringing Cell here. Not that it would have mattered. If they tried to kill Babidi, that would have given just enough energy to revive Buu as well. They were already screwed the second they got down here. Cell, Vegeta, and especially Gohan gave him more than enough energy. What's Buu? The egg behind Babidi starts shaking. Steam flies out of it. Vegeta lifts a hand up, trying to launch blast at it. Piccolo and Gohan follow suit, but nothing's working. Gohan then dashes in and pulls Cell out of the way, noticing the Majin symbol in his head disappearing. So that truly wasn't Cell. He didn't know what was going on. And Babidi mentioned that maliciousness within him, it was dormant. It's interesting for him to keep in mind, but that's not the main focus right now. The main focus is whatever's happening to that egg. It looks like it's about to explode, and then Babidi teleports everyone out of the ship alongside the egg, with more steam bursting out of it as the egg fully cracks open. What is he talking about? All this energy, and how did they help? How did he even get their energy? Was this because Gohan showed off his true power? Maybe if he actually used less here, this wouldn't have happened. But no, then he might have not been able to defeat Cell as quickly as he did. It seems like they were screwed the second he possessed Cell. They look up in the sky and see the cloud of smoke forming into something else, then turning to a giant pink blob as Majin Buu finally reawakens, descending down to the ground next to Babidi. Cell slowly gets up, regaining consciousness, holding his head once more. He's confused, but furious. He kinda knows what happened, still having a bit of his memory, but he still isn't too sure what went on. The first sight that he sees when he wakes up is Majin Buu, and then he sees Babidi. He knows his face, and the voice, he recognizes it. He somehow remembers that from when he was being possessed before. He saw an image of Babidi in his mind. He heard that voice talking to him before he turned into whatever Babidi turned him into. And Babidi says it was a shame. He would have loved to use Cell as a servant a bit more, but it's okay. Boo's revived, so that's really all that he needs, and he thanks Cell for his help. The group stands back, not too sure what to do, but Cell's angry. He's furious, and he slowly walks up towards Babidi, and they try to stop him, but he says he's gonna make that bastard pay for trying to usurp his perfection, trying to use it for himself. Who does he think he is? And Gohan can tell that's the Cell that he knew from before. Cell says he can't remember too much. It felt like he was in a trance or something. Someone had a little bit of control in him, but whoever was controlling him got distracted, and that's how he was able to fight back, breaking free of that grasp, overcoming that evil side of him once again. Because it wasn't truly Babidi controlling him, it was more so the evil nature within Cell. Whatever this monster before him is, he'll be sure to destroy it as payback. Besides, he looks back at the group. If he can't do it, he knows this is their fight too anyways. He'd actually be glad to help him out here, especially because he wants to kill that bastard Babidi. And he looks at Gohan, vaguely remembering during their fight, that other form that he used, that form beyond Super Saiyan 2. It was quite potent. That monster in front of them, it's strong, but Cell thinks that power will be enough to defeat him. The issue is, nobody knows what's really going on yet. All they know is that there's this threat in front of them, and he seems a little empty-minded, but his power is incredibly intimidating. The worst part is, they don't know if fighting him will give him more energy, because that happened before. They don't know what's going on, and they don't know what's going to be risky or not. But whatever's happening, they're obviously going to have to try something here. Cell approaches Buu slowly, as Buu then does the same, being commanded by Babidi to do so. Cell says he's going to fight too, not because he cares about the fate of Earth or anything, but rather, he cares about the fate of his rival, Gohan. The only one to defeat him will be Cell. Besides, this battle sounds like a lot of fun, and it's a chance to get vengeance. As the two continue walking towards each other, this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next time? Leave any thoughts or suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, especially if you want to help with this channel, or if you want to see the series continue or other videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.